Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Current air temperature coming in at 90 degrees, just about where we were yesterday. We're at 91 yesterday, so pretty close to. We have 73 as the dew point. Calm winds right now, and that's important. Yesterday we had a pretty strong wind out of the east that was translating some of the showers from the other coast over to our coast in rapid motion. Today, the winds are lighter. So two things are happening. One, we're not getting that pickup of showers from the Atlantic slung back in this direction. And two, we're going to have a better sea breeze penetration today, which will allow for more shower and possibly some bigger thunderstorms in inland areas a little later on in the afternoon. Kind of something more typical of what we might see on a typical summer's day. 89 Wauchula, 90 in Arcadia, 90 in Mayaca City. We've got 89 in Parrish, Bradenton at 90, Lakewood Ranch the same. On down the coastline, Sarasota at 90, Venice 90, 88 in Inglewood, 90 Northport, and 87 degrees. Longboat Key. So the general easterly flow of the winds, that's not going to change. That we're generally going to have a nice easterly flow of air. These are wind gusts that you see here, not sustained. But what's different is that the winds will be lighter. They won't have as much of a push to them. You watch how rapidly those storms moved across the state yesterday. And we had a couple of lightning injuries in Pinellas County at a beach called Sand Key. Beautiful beach out there. Two young adults out on the beach during the storm were struck by lightning. Luckily, they both survived. But quiet conditions currently. We'll probably see the same sort of lightning issues again this afternoon. So remember, you hear thunder, get indoors. That's the only safe way to go. Or in an all-steel car. And by that, I mean not a convertible. So across the region, pretty tame right now, but we do have the beginnings of some showers trying to take shape over by Lake Okeechobee. The same sort of situation. We have a big ridge of high pressure sitting in the deep south. The only difference is the trough of low pressure is not producing quite as strong a wind flow today, but boy, do we have a bubble of warm air back to the west. That's really putting the heat on in parts of the central part of the country and the open plains, the northern tier, all seeing some really wicked hot temperatures for them. Our winds generally out of the east, the steering currents anyway, taking the storms that do build inland and slowly evolving them toward the coastline. We'll have more sea breeze interaction. We'll have more local interaction between storms with outflow boundaries kind of talking to each other and building more storms along that sea breeze front. So it'll probably be pretty active in inland areas a little bit later on. And generally speaking, we'll see those motion of the storms west moving once again. Mid-afternoon, I think, to evening, probably the timing is not going to be that much different. Might be a little bit later start. And then we'll have highs that'll again be in the mid-90s. The future RPM computer model forecast shows those showers building inland, drifting toward the coast. Again tomorrow, building inland, moving toward the coast. Tomorrow we might see a little bit more coverage, I think, because we'll have a little bit more moisture coming in. Check out these temperatures across the nation. Look at there, North Dakota, Minuet, North Dakota, 90 degrees, the same temperature we have here in Florida. For North Dakota, where a lot of people don't have air conditioning, that's hot stuff there, and they are in line for some severe weather as they get that kind of battle between the hot air and the cooler air in Canada. It could be a problem there. It's really the only place in the nation where there's a really elevated risk for severe weather today. Northeast wind coming in at about 10 knots, switching to the north, back to the east overnight tonight. And we'll have about a 40 to 50% chance of showers over the next several days, and then perhaps lesser rain chances over the weekend. Back to you, Scott.